When Mad Men premiered in 2007, the world plunged into a stylish and dark journey through the 1960s advertising. Don Draper became an icon. Joan became a symbol. Peggy became a revolution. But where are these faces today? Prepare for a time journey with before and after surprising, exciting transformations and curiosities you never knew about the backstage of this iconic series. Jon Hamm, Don Draper. Jon Hamm eternalized Don Draper as a symbol of modern TV. After Mad Men, he acted in films such as Baby Driver and Top Gun, Maverick, as well as series like Fargo. He faced problems with alcohol, but turned around. It became a constant presence in commercials and talk shows. In 2023, he married Anna Osceola, which she met in the set. Hamm balances serious and comic papers, maintaining Hollywood star status. Elisabeth Moss, Peggy Olson. Elisabeth Moss shone as Peggy Olson and then consolidated himself as a heavy actress. He was awarded his performance in The Handmaid's Tale, where he also acts as a producer. In the cinema, he stood out in The Invisible Man. It is known for interpreting complex and determined women. In 2024, he announced his first pregnancy. Discreet and intense, Moss has become a female force in the industry. January Jones, Betty Draper. January Jones lived the elegant and cold Betty Draper. After the series, he participated in The Last Man on Earth and Spinning Out. Before, he was in films like X-Men, First Class. Xander's solo mother is active on social networks with mood and unique style. Even far from the spotlight recently, it maintains its iconic image and a remarkable presence in pop culture. Christina Hendricks, Joan Holloway. Christina Hendricks marked an epoch like Joan Holloway, symbol of strength and sensuality. After the series, Good Girls starred and participated in animations like Toy Story 4. Retro-style icon, openly spoke about aesthetic patterns in Hollywood. In 2024, he married George Bianchini. It is still active in productions and worshipped by its aesthetics and talent. John Slattery, Roger Sterling. John Slattery delighted as the sarcastic Roger Sterling. After Mad Men, she shone in spotlight and participated in MCU as Howard Stark. He acted in series such as The Romanoffs and Veep. Married to actress Talia Balsam, maintains active career and charismatic presence. It is one of the most versatile faces of American TV. Vincent Kartheiser, Pete Campbell. Vincent Kartheiser played Pete Campbell, the ambitious and often antipathic account antipathic. After Mad Men, he acted in series like Casual, The Path, and Titans, exploring equally intense characters. He married Alexis Bledel, with whom he had a son, but divorced in 2022. Kartheiser moved away from social networks and lives a more discreet life, focusing on smaller and selective projects. Kiernan Shipka, Sally Draper. Kiernan Shipka began as a child in Mad Men, playing Sally Draper, rebel and perceptive daughter of Don and Betty. With the end of the series, he established his career as the protagonist of The Dark World of Sabrina on Netflix, where he showed his versatility. He also participated in films such as Totally Killer and Wildflower. Today, it is one of the most promising young actresses in Hollywood and a fashion reference. Jared Harris, Lane Price. Jared Harris gave life to Britton Lane Price, whose tragic journey was one of the most striking moments in Mad Men. After the series, he shone in productions like Chernobyl and The Crown. It also starred in the Science Fiction Foundation on Apple TV+. Son of legendary actor Richard Harris, he consolidated his name with intense and complex performances. It is today one of the most respected actors of contemporary drama. Jessica Paré, Megan Draper. Jessica Paré played Megan Draper, Don's second wife, and became a phenomenon with the song Zubisu Bisu. After Mad Men, he entered the cast of SEAL Team, where he demonstrated talent in action roles. He also acted in independent productions and Canadian TV. Paré is known for his charisma, natural charm, and bringing authenticity to his character, even in the midst of a consecrated cast. Aaron Staton, Ken Cosgrove. Aaron Staton lived Ken Cosgrove, an account executive with a writer's soul. After Mad Men, he participated in series such as Ray Donovan, Narcos, Mexico, and The Blacklist. He also lent his appearance and voice to the protagonist of the game L.A. Noire. Although it has not reached the same star as some colleagues, it maintains a constant career, always linked to quality television productions. Rich Sommer, Harry Crane. Rich Sommer played Harry Crane, who evolves from assistant to head of the media sector, representing the technological transition of the advertising world. After the series, Sommer worked in Glow, In the Dark, and made special appearances in various comedies. It is also active in theater and in podcasts. He is a board enthusiast and maintains a close relationship with fans, being very dear to the public. Michael Gladys, Paul Kinsey. Michael Gladys lived Paul Kinsey, editor beatnik in Search of Authentic Age. After Mad Men, he participated in series such as Feed the Beast and Penny Dreadful, City of Angels. He also acted in independent films and streaming productions. Married to Beth Bears from Two Broke Girls, Gladys maintains a discreet profile, but is still active in smaller productions and copyright projects. J.R. Ferguson, Stan Rizzo. J.R. Ferguson played Stan Rizzo, director of irreverent and progressive art. After Mad Men, he gained prominence as the protagonist of the Real O'Neill series and then in Living Biblically and The Connors, where he maintains a fixed role. Ferguson also made appearances in independent films and maintains a solid career on TV. His charisma and versatility made him one of the most recognizable faces of recent American comedy. Teyonah Parris, Dawn Chambers. Teyonah Parris was Sterling Cooper's first black employee and brought depth to racial discussion in Mad Men. After the series, he shone in Chirac If Beale Street Could Talk and had a great projection in MCU like Monica Rambeau, WandaVision, and The Marvels. Today, it is one of the most promising black actresses of its generation, combining prestigious roles with commercial success, always valuing representativeness. Brian Batt, Salvatore Romano. Brian Batt lived Sal Romano, talented and homosexual art director in a time of repression. His beau was one of the most exciting in the series. After Mad Men, Batt devoted himself to theater, decoration, and writing, publishing books and keeping a store in New Orleans. He also acted in series like Ensis, New Orleans, and 12 Years a Slave. It is LGBTQIA+ activist and respected in the artistic environment for its authenticity. Robert Morse, Bertram Cooper. Robert Morse, Broadway veteran, played Bert Cooper, the agency's eccentric partner. Tony Awards winner by How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, also shown on TV and the movies. His farewell in Mad Men, with the iconic music scene, thrilled the audience. Morse passed away in 2022, leaving a legacy admired by generations of artists and fans of classic television and musical theater. Kevin Rahm, Ted Chow. Kevin Rahm played Ted Chow, rival and then Don Draper's ally. After the series, he continued to play in series such as Bates Motel, Madam Secretary, and Lethal Weapon. With a solid career, he became known for playing reliable and idealistic characters. Outside the screens, Rahm is the father of a daughter and keeps a strong presence in social causes. Your good boy image remains firm in the public's imagination. Ben Feldman, Michael Ginsberg. Ben Feldman lived the eccentric Michael Ginsberg, a genius editor who suffers a nervous collapse. After his impactful departure from Mad Men, Feldman starred in series such as To Z, Superstore, and Monsters at Work. It also lends your voice to animations and acts as a producer. Charismatic and versatile, Feldman moves well between drama and comedy, remaining as a frequent presence on American TV. Julia Ormond, Marie Calvé. Julia Ormond played Marie Calvé, a sophisticated mother and manipulative of Megan Draper. Already awarded for his performance in films such as Sabrina and Legends of the Fall, brought dramatic weight to the series. After Mad Men, he participated in The Walking Dead, World Beyond, and independent movies. It also acts as UN ambassador against human trafficking, being an active figure outside the screens in social causes. Zosha Mamet, Joyce Ramsey. Zosha Mamet played Joyce, Peggy's friend linked to the underground artistic movement. Its role was brief but striking. After Mad Men, Mamet stood out as HBO's Shoshana in Girls, gaining notoriety for irreverent comedy. He also acted in The Flight Attendant and independent movies. Daughter of playwright David Mamet, Zosha balances artistic heritage and own identity in indie cinema. Christopher Stanley, Henry Francis. Christopher Stanley brought Henry Francis to life, according to Betty's husband. His character represented stability in a chaotic universe. After Mad Men, he acted in The X-Files, The Blacklist, and other smaller productions. With reserved style, Stanley continued his career in discreet but consistent roles, usually as figures of authority or moral balance, remains active on American television. Melinda Page Hamilton, Anna Draper. Melinda Page Hamilton played Anna Draper, wife of the true Don Draper, and almost spiritual figure in Dick Whitman's life. Its role was brief but essential in the series. After Mad Men, he participated in How to Get Away with Murder, The OA, and Messiah. With a strong presence in psychological dramas, she is known for interpreting intense and emotionally complex characters, highlighted in the universe of series. Anne Dudek, Francine Hansen. Anne Dudek played Francine Hansen, a neighbor and friend of Betty, portraying the silent anguish of suburban life in the 1960s. Although it was a secondary role, her performance contributed to the realistic portrait of women of the time. After Mad Men, Dudek had recurring roles in House, Cove RT Affairs, and The Flash. Versatile, it is a constant presence in police series, medical dramas, and thrillers, maintaining a solid career on TV. Joel Murray, Freddie Rumsen. Joel Murray lived Freddie Rumsen, veteran editor who deals with alcoholism and redemption. Its history of fall and recovery symbolizes the dark behind the scenes of the advertising era. After the series, Murray acted in Shameless, Dharma and Greg, and The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Brother of actor Bill Murray, Joel also stood out in comedies and animations. His style is marked by humanity, humor, and emotional depth. Abigail Spencer, Suzanne Farrell. Abigail Spencer played Suzanne Farrell, a romantically involved teacher with Don Draper. Although he had a brief participation, his role showed a more sensitive facet of the protagonist. After Mad Men, he gained notoriety in Rectify, Timeless, and Grey's Anatomy. With a strong presence in period dramas and science fiction, Spencer balances elegance, intensity, and remarkable presence, consolidating itself as a versatile and respected actress. Mad Men was not just a series, it was a mirror of the American post-war American society. But does this aesthetic still work today? And would you go back to the 60s? Yesterday and today, on the timeline. If you lived the golden age of the series, comment which Mad Men character marked you the most. And don't forget to subscribe to more nostalgic trips like this.